All right, we are now officially in Steven Universe Season 4. Yeah, this is now the first episode of the fourth season of Steven Universe. And I gotta say, we kind of needed this. We kind of needed this episode, the first episode of the new season to be kind of like a nice little come down moment. Because after, I guess you could say, the past 2 weeks, we've had one big episode after the last, really. We did have that lull there after the cluster, but after that, after the whole thing with the cluster and the rubies, and then we did a few shorts, we did a few slice of life stories, we went back to this big 2-week event, really, it felt like. And, yeah, it's nice to, start this season, especially after the emotional trauma we had with Bubbled. It was nice to have, like, a little come-down episode. It was nice to have an episode where you could just, have a little come-down to. A little calming moment, you could say. So the episode is pretty simple. It's Peridot's first mission with the crystal gems, and she more or less says, I can catch monsters better than you. And, of course, Steven and Peridot thus go out to hunt a monster. And from there, this entire episode is one big love letter to Wile E. Coyote and Looney Tunes. Oh my god. Seriously, we should just call Peridot Pear E. Coyote at this point. Because literally, every little funny segment in here is literally, Peridot doing exactly what Wile E. Coyote would do. And it also helps that the monster they're fighting is like a monster version of Roadrunner. In fact, in some of the scenes, if you look really closely at some of the scenes with the monster running, it actually has the classic like circle legs where it looks like it's running so fast it's like moving. It has wheels for legs, just like the Roadrunner. So yeah, it was not a coincidence that the monster was supposed to be like a two-legged creature. So yeah, they were obviously harkening back to Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. And yeah, some of the segments in this, and they actually black out and go back, just like in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon, where Wile E., it blacks out, it fades to black, and then it comes back and shows Wile E. trying to do something different. And a lot of these play out exactly like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon, where there's one scene where Peridot uses a cannon, it works the first time, but it doesn't work the moment it's supposed to, and it backfires on her. Another time is when she's going to drop a rock, but the but Roadrunner comes up behind him and goes, meep, meep. In fact, I was actually kind of thinking, at some point, this monster's gonna go, meep, meep. Oh my god. At this whole time, I was totally thinking this monster was gonna just come up behind him. In fact, you know what? I really want someone, I don't know who can do this, but I really want someone out there, someone to just edit this episode and re-edit it with classic Looney Tunes music and sound effects with this episode. Just have the same dialogue, have everything, but in the background, instead of the Steven Universe music, it's like the Looney Tunes soundtrack, or the classic Looney Tunes music, along with the sound effects, like when Peridot falls. Oh, this is the best one. When Peridot falls with the monster, it has the downward camera angle, and then when you see them fall, and then it goes poof, at the bottom. Again, just like Wile E. Coyote. Again, there are just moments, and even some of the backgrounds actually are very much like the deserts in Wile E. Coyote cartoons. So yeah, I'm a big Looney Tunes fan, so I just kind of squeed this whole episode. I was just like, oh my god, it's Pear E. Coyote. Yeah, it's actually I was actually halfway expecting. It's actually kind of funny because I was partially expecting. In this episode, at the end of the episode, when it fades out, I was half expecting to see the classic, the classic "That's All, Folks" and the classic Looney Tunes music play at the end, and then Steven busts out going, "That's all, folks," or something like that. I was kind of half expecting it's the classic lines of "That's all, folks," but it's written in yellow and it has the Steven Universe background to it, something like that. I was thinking that would happen at the end of it. Also, I love the end of the episode where we find out, Peridot can make bubbles now. The other thing is that Peridot can make bubbles, but I love the end when she sends the corrupted gem back to the barn, and Lapis just gives it this one glance, like she has absolutely zero fucks to give out about this. We also find out that the corruption is just an Earth-based thing. Yeah, Peridot let slip that, corruption doesn't happen on Homeworld, it's just here. And another thing we also discovered... Yeah, I also love the interaction between Steven and Lapis, where Steven is clearly caring more and more about the monsters, and he shows Peridot, it sucks being a monster. You're not just some mindless brood. You were a human being. You were a gem at one point. So, why did I almost say human being? Yeah, you were a gem at some point, so you've got to learn. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for the Peridot's voice actress. I would love to have been a fly on the wall watching Peridot's voice actress record. That's what I meant to say. Just like, I want to see her, like, do all these lines, like, especially when when Peridot is mimicking to be the monster and she's going, blah, blah. I would have loved to have seen her reactions, because I've heard Dee Dee Magno Hall goes all out when she voices Pearl. I can only imagine what, what's the Peridot's voice actress name? Shelby Rabara? I think that's who voices her? I could be wrong. But yeah, I can only imagine what she's like when she does Peridot, especially, when she voices Peridot, and I would have loved to have seen how she would have acted in the recording studio when she did this episode. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the smarter than the average Peridot. I was like, yep, let's just reference all the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Let's just do that. Well, I know they're not Looney Tunes is not directly Hanna-Barbera. I'm aware of that. No need, I'm aware of that. So why did I say that? Anyway, so. Yeah, this was a fun episode. Like I said, we kind of needed this after the emotional week we had, the past few weeks, because my heart couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, this was a fun episode, so you guys tell me, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.